You know, you got to tell your story. Because not only will it help other people. By showing people what's going on in your life. You know, it's you could use that as a form of protection too. Because people know what's going on, and I say that because if something do happen to you, these guys that's targeting you. Let's say for example you do snap. You know, the Most High forbid, man. These guys that's targeting, they're gonna go back into their houses, turn on the television, and high five each other, man, and reminisce on the times of how they provoked you, man. You know what I mean? But you look at the case of Myron May. He left videos, of accounts detailing what was going on in his life. And the first thing the FBI do when they when you do snap, the first thing they're gonna do is shut down your channel. But I believe that somebody saved his videos, of what was going on, and they reposted them, and and we were able to find out what was going on in his life. So and when I first started, man, I was conflicted, man. I didn't want to put up my story, but I don't have the best. I'm not the most articulate. I don't have the best speech. I'm not the most savvy with words. And I didn't want to do it at first, but the most I kept putting on my spirit, man. So I mustered up the courage to do it, and speaking is, I think public speaking is like one of the hardest things to do, man. So I admire people that have a way with words and can speak well. That's a good, that's a good skill to have. And I mean myself, I don't have that luxury, but and I didn't want to do it at first, but I mustered up the courage to put it out, and my whole goal was I was just gonna put out one video telling my story, and that was it. I wasn't gonna put out no more, because I don't really even like to speak, to be honest with you. You guys that's listening to me, consider yourself lucky, because like anybody that really knows me knows that I don't really even speak that much. I'm pretty much quiet, stay to myself. But and I had to call to remembrance Moses, man. Moses, when he was at the burning bush, and the Most High was telling him to go. You're gonna be the one, to go into the courts of the Pharaoh and tell him, let the people go, let my people go. And Moses was telling him, Lord, I have a problems with my speech. I'm not that smart. I have problems with my speech. I stutter a lot. Use my brother Aaron. He's more smarter. He's more qualified. And the Most High, he told him, nah, man. You're gonna do this. And Moses was actually, he was actually telling the Most High, nah, he's not gonna do it. And the Most High got pissed off at him, man. And he ended up doing it. So I just used that, man, as an example. Because I stutter a lot. I don't consider myself to be, the most highly educated, things like that. But those are the people that the Most High uses, man. I had a family member that come on the comment board that sold me out. Telling me that I sound like an idiot. It's all good. At least I'm not an agent for Satan. I'm not laboring for Satan, man. And these are the people that they want you to shut up. Yo, bro, just be quiet, bro. Stop talking about that stuff. You know what I mean? And then I want to quote Psalms 28:1. The wicked fleeth when no man pursueth, man. But the righteous are as bold as a lion. So these guys are not going to understand what we do. You know what I mean? And that's why they want you to be quiet, man. Because they're wicked. But the righteous are as bold, man. So we're gonna get into it real quick, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into this. This is the book of Acts chapter 4, verse 12 and 13. Nor is there any salvation in any other, for there is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were uneducated and untrained men, they marveled and realized that they had been with Jesus. So I believe back then, The only people that was really, educated were the elders back then. The people, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the elders of the community, man. So when they saw these guys, the disciples, you know, they knew that these guys were uneducated, ignorant and unlearned, like it says right here, untrained and uneducated men. But the way they spoke, man, they spoke with authority, man. They were bold when they preached, and that's because they had been with the master teacher, man. Jesus was the master teacher. And he went to these guys, because he went to the poor. He didn't go get people that, went to 13, 14, different universities and things like that. He went to the poor, the humble, the meek, because they were able to humble themselves and listen to to Jesus at that time, man. Because the Pharisees and Sadducees ain't want to listen. Man, but like I said, they were bold when they spoke, man. They spoke with authority. But they were uneducated. They didn't go to any fancy schools or anything like that. But and that's what the righteous do, man. The righteous are bold as lions, man. And this is why these guys want, they don't understand, and they want us to shut up. Be quiet, bro. You know what I mean? Because you wicked, and you've done wicked things. Oh man. So Moses going into the courts of the Pharaoh and tell him, God said to let my people go. That's boldness, man. You know what I mean? The wicked don't understand that, man. That's why these guys cower. When we start standing up, man, because they don't have that in them. They'll be ready to buck up at you, but they won't buck up to, somebody that's really oppressing them. The righteous are as bold as lions. David going up against Goliath. That's boldness, man. That's what the righteous do. You know what I mean? But, the wicked, they don't have that in them, man. So let's keep going. And I consider myself to be uneducated and untrained, man. You know what I mean? Just like they were. I'm no scholar. So we're going to keep going. Jesus Christ. When he was on the earth, he spoke with authority, man. He was bold, not like these, whitewashed Jesus films that y'all see, y'all watching. He wasn't nothing like that. He spoke with authority, man, like a sergeant giving a speech to his troops, a motivational speech to his troops before they went into battle, like a 4-star general, man. That's how Christ spoke, man. You know what I mean? Because when he spoke, they marveled at him, man. They were astonished. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like what they show y'all in the movies, man. That's not a good depiction. He spoke with authority, man. He had a commanding presence. The righteous are as bold as lions, man. So we're going to keep going, man. Proverbs 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You know what I mean? So you got to fear the Lord. That's where wisdom starts, man. And these guys right now that's running the earth, they don't have wisdom because they don't fear the Lord, man. Look at the wickedness that they're doing. These guys don't fear the Most High. And right now we're going to get into the book of Ecclesiasticus. And this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 20. And this is talking about wisdom. It says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And these guys running the earth right now, they don't have wisdom, man. And because they don't fear the Lord. And if they did, they wouldn't be doing all this wickedness perpetually. And look at who they worship, man. You talk about God, that's unpleasant to them. You talk about righteousness, that's unpleasant to them. You talk about the truth, that's unpleasant to them. That's all wisdom, man. You know, you know, they love the lies better. You know, so we're gonna keep going. I'm still in Ecclesiasticus, man. You know what I mean? Chapter 10. It said a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. So a wise king is going to instruct his people, tell them the truth. You know what I mean? Somebody that's reigning over us is going to tell us the truth. You know, they're going to tell us the truth about God. You know, about the earth, about history. You know what I mean? They're not going to sit down here and lie to us. But you see down here in verse 3, it said, an unwise king destroyeth his people. So we under the rulership of unwise kings right now, man. These guys that's running the earth, these elites, you know what I mean? These guys are unwise kings because they don't fear the Lord. Remember, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and these guys don't fear the Most High. You know what I mean? And what do these guys do? They tell nothing but lies. You know what I mean? They make wars. You know what I mean? Spread propaganda to make wars up to destroy people. You know what I mean? Put chemtrails in the air. You know what I mean? Spread diseases. Got big pharma giving us medications that we don't need. You know what I mean? Experimenting on us. You know what I mean? These are unreasonable and wicked men. These are unwise kings that's over us right now, man. You know what I mean? And these things are destroying us, man. You know what I mean? And that's because they don't have wisdom. You know what I mean? And the people ruling over us, they don't have any wisdom, and they think they have wisdom. You know, they profess themselves to have wisdom. Let's go. Let's take a look at that real quick, man. Let's take a look at that verse. Romans 1:22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. So these guys went to school. They got their degrees. They got their masters, their bachelors, their PhDs. You know, their doctorates. They got all these degrees, man. You know, they got their they're making 6 figures a year. You know, and they profess themselves to be wise. But they still don't know another man's penis don't go in another man's rectum, man. So you still a fool, man. And this is what the Most High is talking about, man. Shout out to Pastor Darby for that one, man. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Pastor Darby. You know what I mean? Professing themselves to be wise, but they still fools, man. Come on, man. And they're spreading all these lies, and you know what I mean, the ones that's figuring it out, the ones that's not believing these propagandas, man, you know, we're the ones that's wise. You know we're the wise ones, man. You know, and I myself, you know, Christ is not on the earth no right now, but I'm taught by the master teacher, which is the Holy Spirit now, man. You know what I mean? That's who gives me wisdom. You know what I mean? From the Most High, the Holy Spirit. You know? I didn't go to no major schools or nothing like that. I mean, but the beginning of wisdom is to fear the Lord, man. And pride, you know, that's when you depart from wisdom. Having pride. Yeah? That's the beginning of your downfall. You know, so let's check this out, man. 1 Corinthians 1:7. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. It means that's who the Most High is dealing with, man. I mean, this is who you see, he's chosen. You know what I mean? The foolish things, man. To confound the wise. So these guys think that they're wise. And this is why the Most High made a fool out of you guys when you guys came after me like that. I mean, because you guys are not wise. I mean, this is why he's making a fool out of you guys that's coming after the target individuals, man. I mean, you guys are not wise, man, and you guys are losing, you know, because you don't have wisdom and you guys don't fear the Most High. You know what I mean? You think you wise. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10:24. It says, great men and judges and potentates shall be honored, yet there is none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord. You know what I mean? So all you guys that's with all your money, all you politicians, all you guys with your degrees, if you don't fear the Lord, you're not greater than anybody that feared the Lord, man. You guys think that you're great and you're wise. You know what I mean? But you're not. You know what I mean? And this is why the world is in the, you know what I mean? Part of the reason why the world is in its chaos is in, man. we're under the rulership of unwise kings, man. You know what I mean? This is who's running the earth, man. Professing themselves to be wise, proclaiming themselves to be wise, man, but they're not. You know, and this is right. This verse right here. This is why we don't have to join no Freemasonry to find out any knowledge. You know, we don't have to sell our souls to find out any secrets. Jeremiah 33:3. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest. I mean, the Most High could show us whatever He wants in due time. I mean, we don't have to sell our souls like you guys are, because in the end, we're gonna figure all this out anyway. You know what I mean? The Most High could send us a vision right now. I mean, with whatever He wants, put you guys to shame. You know what I mean? So you guys out there selling your soul when we could just call on the Most High to show us great and mighty things. You know what I mean? You Freemasons out there, you guys are not wise, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man. And like I said, I consider myself to be, you know what I mean, untrained and uneducated, man. But I'm taught by the master teacher, man. I'm not professing myself to be wise, though. And, you know, and I'm going to end with this right here, man. You know, there's 4 types of people in your life you're going to meet, man. People who try to wake up the slave masters, the people who have no idea which they're slaves, and the people who like being slaves. And it says, which one are you? You know what I mean? You know? Like I said, I'm not an agent for Satan. You know, I'm not laboring, I mean, to be in line with Satan and his kingdom, man. You know, so you could, you know what I mean, you could come on a comment board, you know what I mean, and write, you know what I mean, your negative doctrine when you're the main ones, you know what I mean, looking at all my damn videos. So we're not here, you know, to bring vainglory onto ourselves, or we're not here, you know, to please men, to please other men. That's not what this is about. This is about lifting up the name of Christ, you know, because if it, like I said, if He be lifted up, He'll draw all men onto Him, man. Not us, but His name, you know. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? And the Most High gives us that wisdom, man. So I'm going to end on this right here. I thought I was going to end on the last one, but I'm going to end on this. For do I now persuade men, O God, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Christ. So you see, we're not here to please men, man. You know. So with that being said, all praises to the Most High. I mean, all praises to the Most High, man.